How does a comp with a 45% win rate dominate in competitive play? Was it just the triple support, or are there other levels to this wacky comp MV played against Rad? That's what we're here to talk about and break down, so strap in and let's get right into it. Before we jump into how this comp absolutely dominated, let's give some context to this match. This is map 3 of the Marvel Rivals Invitational match between these two teams, also known as the MRI. The way it works in pro play is that each team gets 2 bans like ranked, but in between those bans you get to protect characters as well. As you can see here, Rad banned Wolverine and Invisible Woman and protected Luna, Envy banned Namor and Strange and protected Mag. The Rad comp is going to be Magneto, Luna, Groot, Loki, Bucky, and Hela. The only synergy we get with this comp is Groot ult paired with almost any other offensive ult on this team, along with Luna damage boost as well. Besides that, the only team up that we are seeing from the Rad side is going to be Loki and Hela. On the other side, Envy's comp is StarLord, Thing, Mag, Warlock, Mantis, and Loki. This comp has a lot of layers, and I will break it down soon, but the primary goal with this comp is to use the triple res as a way to play very aggressive, and the Loki is not only to provide extra damage, but make up for some of the healing that's lacking with Warlock and Mantis. Also, Loki has the best ult in the game hands down, and is one of the best healers regardless of your comp. Now that we have context of this match, let's hop into some examples that separate Envy from Rad in the team aspect. Let's start with Envy on attack and Rad on defense. And the immediate value that I want to show on the first point here, as soon as Bucky kills NK, as soon as we see the pick onto NK from Chime, we can see how this snowballs, even though they do lose a player, how it snowballs into Envy's favor.
Able to trade back manually, so that means Spenny would not be able to get rent here if he were to go down. This Fate of Both Worlds, unfortunately, just a bit too late from Abs. However, Len does trade back Remix, so that's at least something. He also has the Prison ready to go, but into the sky with the Legendary. Gonna follow up on the Chime. I mean, that's just far too much damage.
It immediately gives value regardless of how you're playing. As soon as you die, you're able to mitigate any bit of utility that was used to kill you to come back and win the fight. Let's go ahead and jump to 435. This is a moment that I want to show because this shows the extreme value of this comp that they are running here. As we can see here, using the StarLord E to make space with the Magneto bubble and the Thing to jump onto him makes them burn not only the Groot ult, but we will see Luna ult comes out. Even though the Thing died, we have the Warlock ult to bring him back. So as soon as that happens, we see Rad also pop the Hela ult. And we see Magneto pop his ult as well. How many ults did we just see come out based off of one play out of Envy? Magneto does get a pick here, but once again, we're playing the res comp. So him using his ult there to kill Mantis and eventually killing Warlock does nothing because they're just back into the game and NK has his ult again. It is such a disgusting play by Envy to just be able to play so aggressive and get these free picks and just waste utility. Jumping to something that I haven't talked about yet, we have our primary Hela player, Cal, playing Warlock to make up for the lack of a second DPS. So this is a beautiful example here. I'm just going to let this clip play. You can see how good of aim this guy has, and that's basically what Warlock is just Hela that can heal. And allowing him to be the center of this team up, he's just able to play his game like he normally would and just occasionally hit Shift and E to just give value to his teammates. It is disgusting how good Cal is on the Warlock, and we're going to see more of that when they're on defense. Jumping ahead to 3 minutes and 7 seconds into this hold, we had Rad actually being able to hold them a little bit going into this, but the way that Envy are able to reclaim this space is once again using the StarLord E into the mag bubble or the Thing jumping onto him to create the space. But what this is allowing Cal to do in this situation is he's posted up in the back. So with this distraction of the StarLord going in, he's able to pick off 2 players and be able to get the advantage for his team. You can see how all of this is working together, and the main priority of this comp is to get the StarLord in to create that initial space and allowing the Thing, Mag, and any other player on this team to capitalize off of it. Team, like, they're absolutely rolling at this point, but we do get a good stall out of Rad Esports. But the one thing I will say is, listen, I don't think Psylocke was the move here, and we're going to see Rad play this for basically the rest of the game, and it does not get much value. But we're able to stall from down to 1 minute and 6 seconds roughly for Rad. So that's pretty good going into their attack cap. But let's go ahead and jump into that.
Coordination is
Once again on defense, we're going to see the same core values from Envy. Once again, we're going to be using the StarLord E to initiate things, which he's going to get the mag bubble and the thing jumping onto him to bait out some strong utility and also get really good ult charge. We're less than a minute into this and we're already at 70% on NK's ult. This is absolutely absurd, and we're able to bait out the Loki lamp along with other healer ults later down the line. This combo creates so much pressure, and you can see there's a very easy team wipe for the entirety of Envy just based off of this utility that we're basing with our duelist player.
Weak with Sleepy's ultimate committed, and everybody else is there with the follow-up on.
Once again, we can see that Psylocke really isn't that viable at this top tier level. She has a place, but against triple healer, we're able to use things like Soul Bond, Loki Lamp, and also just put people inside of the ult to mitigate the damage overall. And this kind of leads to Envy getting a first pick onto them, which is like very unfortunate. Again, I don't think the Psylocke was a good pick whatsoever. I got to give credit where credit's due. All we are seeing is manually just going insane, making up for the DPS lack that Rad has been having, and he just, once again, Bucky is so much fun, man. What a crazy character.
Doesn't matter when manually's doing as much damage as he just did.
Yep, you love to see these clutch moments as he's gonna keep it going. It's not done yet. Can you get more? Yep, you can. Will he be able to translate this over to the next point if he keeps the streak alive manually on an absolute tear?
This is why.
The entire second point of this, we have Cal playing up on top of the building, staring down the choke, and also just setting up, waiting for the res, playing a very good passive role on the Warlock while still being able to pump out a lot of damage. We're going to see this a lot throughout the rest of the second point, but I want to highlight this at around 3 minutes and 5 seconds into the second point. At 250, we see the use of the Adam Warlock all coming through to not only resurrect Space, their Magneto player, but also NK, their StarLord player. And we were able just to burn not only Luna ult, but also the Psylocke ult again. So we're just seeing extreme value come out of these reses, not only for like the passives for each Mantis, StarLord, and Warlock, but also the res in general. And we're seeing Cal play in a very good position, regardless of what character he's playing on. We'll see him play for that res very often. I just want to show this clip of Cal. It's disgusting. This just shows the value you can get on Adam Warlock with an absolute aimer.
2 minutes left to go in the streets phase.
Oh, try to find that off angle, and yep, Chime gets shut down. Cal knew it was coming. Sheer instinct taking this off angle with Adam Warlock. Just that duelist mindset, because he can just deal that amount of damage. Really well done there by Cal, again getting the first pick before the fight even starts.
Dude, oh my god, Cal! Dude, this guy, on any support, he's insane on top of playing a duelist. I mean, this guy could do it all, it feels like.
Oh man, it's beautiful.
No, please. Dude, if Time dies one more time, bro, you gotta swap, man. Like, at this point, you gotta do something.
About a minute and 20 seconds, we see that Rad go for a very good flank opportunity, going through the left side, trying to flank around and push them from the back. We can see very good value we're getting out of the Psylocke, but overall, we just see way better positioning from the entirety of Envy, being able to use that Soul Bond to try to live through a bit of this fighting and get the res off because it's just free to do so. And also using the Galactic Legend to be able to mitigate any of these healer ults that they're using. It's just perfection out of the side of Envy, and it's just amazing to see. I think the biggest takeaway from this entire game that we've seen is its huge mitigation from the Guardian res team up, but also being able to burn huge utility from the enemy team and being able to take crazy angles and play aggressive because of the res in the back pocket. Great entries off of the StarLord E. Cal is playing duelist on Warlock essentially, and overall Envy's healers all had above 10k damage, where a single healer on Rad's team couldn't even break 9k. This is some of the biggest changing points, in my opinion, when it comes to these professional games, is how much damage your healers can do and how much pressure they can put on the enemy team, along with obviously getting good healing. Well, the biggest question is will this comp be meta? This is honestly one of the most annoying comps you can run, being able to once again mitigate so much of the enemy utility with the triple res, Adam Warlock ult, and the Loki lamp. It makes the enemy team having to add another layer to their game plan to get value out of their utility. Being able to make the game being able to make the game-changing ults useless since the res is so powerful. Even without a team-up, StarLord and Thing combo to dive the backline or to initiate the fight to build ult charge with the combo of the StarLord E and the dive towards your teammates on the Thing to bait out powerful util or to bait out other ults as well. There's so much value within the comp, and you're forcing the opposing team to play into your game plan rather than you playing into theirs. I haven't even mentioned like Soul Bond. That's just another level of mitigation to not only get rid of the Chime Psylocke ult, but also a bunch of other utilities such as the Bucky ult as well.
Jesus, I hate to say it, like, for Rad Esports,
Is there much of a counter to this comp, or do you play this comp on certain maps? Like, you let me know down in the comments below. I'm interested in seeing what your thoughts are. Personally, I haven't really come to a conclusion yet if this is going to be a meta comp or how you can counter this in some sense, because it's just so early on and this is the first time I've seen a use of this kind of comp. If I'm wrong or there's a team that did it before, please let me know down in the comments below. Well, I hope by the end of this video I was able to earn your subscription to this channel. I've tried really hard and worked really hard on this video, and I appreciate all the support that you guys give. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoy. Later.